Hey, Rich family, how y'all doing?
What it is, Rich family?
So it's been over a month since we came to you guys with a Deep Cuts episode. And for a variety of reasons, our lives just have been shifting and moving around and we're adjusting.
Yep.
However, we're here for the season finale, episode 8. I know I said 10 before, but we're going to give y'all 8 because I need an opportunity to revamp and bring some fresh new topics, some other people. I just have some other ideas for Deep Cuts. So I'm going to need a little downtime so I can get things orchestrated with people's schedules, see who's interested, that type of thing, because I really would like for it to get bigger and better. And one thing about a relationship is, though we have a lot of experiences and advice, it's always good to bring in other people.
Always good for different perspectives.
Exactly.
This episode marks our 18th year wedding anniversary.
It does. We just celebrated 1822. So 18 married, 22 together. And we always say 1822 because we never officially ever said on a certain date that, hey, we are committed. It's just kind of, we met on August 1st of 2004. Was it?
2004.
August 1st, 2004.
Yep.
And we just hit the ground running. We just never separated ever since then. So then 4 years later, we got married on August 1st. So that's why we say 1822.
Yeah.
Or 17.
So August 1st.
21 or whatever.
August 1st is actually 2 anniversaries from the day that we met and also from the day that we got married. So
absolutely. So, but in lieu of our anniversary, we wanted to bring some topics or a topic that, like, 18 years later, I don't even know what we're going to title this, but I'm thinking something along, here's what we know now.
Do you feel it?
18 years? I don't feel it.
Do you feel 18 years marriage or do you feel 22 years together? Can you feel that much time has passed?
When we start thinking about certain stuff and you look back on it, like we was talking about something earlier today, and we found Mike cleaned out a drawer in our house and found an old picture of me, and he was like, "Was we were together?" Because I had on some shocks, some Air Max shocks, Nike shocks, and he was like, "Was we together when you had? I don't recall them shoes being on your feet." Yeah. And I was like, I recalled a memory when we both had them on at the same place. We had gone out to this little sketch comedy thing. It was like one of the worst
brought
things
it right
ever.
back. Yeah,
and it was like, oh my God, that has been so long ago. Or today we just been doing nostalgic stuff. So today we went to Applebee's. We have not been to Applebee's since like year number 1 in our relationship.
Yep.
So when you think about it from those terms, or I think about seeing the kids and how Jarian was 4 and now he's 26. It's like you see it in the things, but as far as feeling it, I don't feel it.
Harley wouldn't even thought about it. Now she's in the 5th grade. And
getting ready to be 10, right?
Yeah, going to middle school next. What?
So when you think about that, when I think about the things that have happened, that have transpired in our relationship, yeah, you can feel those 18, 22 years.
It was so crazy because I was listening to an old T.I. album. It's old now, but it didn't sing with the, what was the name of the song? Rubber Band Man. That was on the album. And I remember Michael Vick being in the video and all that stuff hadn't even transpired with Michael Vick. None of that stuff.
He used to be on Air Train.
Yeah. In the milk commercials.
Exactly. Or I think about when we was...
Is that a Mandela effect? Was he actually in the milk commercial?
He was in the milk commercial. Okay. Was he in the milk
with
commercial?
With the milk mustache on?
I don't know if he was.
We made that up because you look like he'll have some milk.
He looked like he would do good at the milk commercial. We used to always say that, but I don't think he was
ever in the commercial? That gotta be a Mandela effect because I seem like I remember him being in it.
I think we created our own. I don't really think that was ever true. We're going to have to look that up when we get a chance.
That's just mismemory.
But I always think about Go DJ.
Yep.
And I always think about that because we went to Six Flags the first time. We were playing in the car.
The first Carter album came out when we was together for a little minute already.
Exactly. So. And Mike was talking about me because I had on some New Balance sneakers and he hated them. But I love them. They still my favorite. What's 574? What's the silhouette?
I can't remember. The basic New Balance. That's all I know. But I just remember, your feet looking real big in the all white shoes.
Every time I wear all white shoes, my feet look really big, and I don't even have big feet.
That's what I'm saying.
So
anyway,
it's funny. Anyway, so
a lot of our memories of us being together
is nostalgic. It's nostalgic, and that's where you actually see the time. I'm blessed because it's not a time that I'll be like, oh my God, I'm just tired of seeing him. I still get butterflies. I still get butterflies. I'm sorry, Harley is lurking in the background and she'll disturb me. Hold tight. Like I said, I'm very thankful because I get, of course, everybody had their arguments, their different things or whatever, and it might get on my nerves, and I know I get on his nerves, child. I'm a whole lot. But it's never a time that I really be thinking about, I really don't want to be with him no more. I'm dreading going home to be with him. I still get butterflies in my stomach. I still crave his attention, want to be around him. You know what I'm saying? He's still the first person that I call anytime that anything is going on. Like, you know, so to me, I feel like it don't feel like a lot of wear and tear on the relationship itself. It just still feel like, do it feel like day one? Absolutely not. But I don't feel it. Like, I hope that makes sense. I can't.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you turn a different age and somebody say, how does it feel to be 44? And you like, I feel like I was when I was 43. Like, it's just,
it don't feel exactly the same. It just, I feel older. I feel
older, and I definitely think that we've grown a lot. Like, we have grown a lot. But I'm saying, as far as the relationship, you know how sometimes you can be in something so long and it's just like, I just need to get away from it, or it feels heavy. We've been through some things, but I still feel like we still light.
Yeah, I feel like this.
We don't grow. We've evolved.
You go ups and downs, and your emotions change too. Your emotions go up and down too. Right now, I feel like, hey, we trying to move forward with everything.
Yeah, you know I feel like I got another 22 in me now. After that, you're gonna have to leave me alone.
22 years is a long time.
I know. It's literally half of and we was 22 years old when we met.
Yeah, so from now going forward, since we've already been together half of our lives.
Yeah.
So now going forward, we'll be together longer than we was
before we met. That's crazy. And I'm thankful because a lot of young marriages don't last. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that nowadays our attention spans are really, really like, we don't have time or don't want to struggle through anything. You know what I'm saying?
Once people get to a point in a relationship where they just feel like they just like, they don't want to fight for it, and they be like, man, I can do this job by myself. I ain't got to deal with this stress.
Right.
When they get to that point, that's a lot of times when relationships end up ending, they're like, it's more stressful being in a relationship than without being in one.
For some situations, that is the truth. Like, I feel like when you're not on the same bandwidth, when you're not equally yoked, which you know how I feel about that, it's bigger than just the spiritual portion of it. You know what I'm saying? But when you're not there, those struggles feel like bigger struggles, and you don't want to have to go through it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything would happen with me and you, and I met somebody different or something, like, which I'm not, I promise you, I'm gonna be single to death. But if those were to be the case, it'll be a lot of stuff that I just come into the situation like, I'm not dealing with this, and that, or whatever, just because I feel like.
Some people done been married and have been in relationships. They got them already at that point. That's why they're not open to relationships.
And I think a part of what keeps us is we've always respected each other. Like, we haven't been through some stuff, but we have not taken each other through the grinder, like being disrespectful, having to cause more insecurities that need to be that didn't have to be there. Like, we've been through some things. Don't give me like nothing has been perfect, but we've preserved each other a little bit.
There's a lot of examples I can think of. I'm be like, you don't have to be like, well, at least I ain't that, because that's not will never make you grow in a relationship.
And I want to make that very clear too, because that's the thing. Like, everybody has their tolerance for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Some people are in relationships where their partner knowingly cheats, but they do everything else right, and they've accepted that. On paper, does that look like abuse? Most people will say, I'm not gonna do that, but a lot of people will. Or some people, like, they have gambling problems. Like, nobody is void of an issue. We all have something that we are accepting of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would never look at nobody's situation and be like, I'm glad I'm going through this, because ain't no way I can deal with that. I do have my boundaries and things I'm not going to deal with, but I can't look at your situation and tell you wrong for dealing with
that comparison is just not. It's not fair, because there's a lot of stuff they'll probably look at you and be like, I wouldn't deal with that either.
Absolutely. Half of the time when I be complaining and they be like, that's what you complain about? Yeah, because he be getting on my nerves, and they be like, oh, you lucky. You know what I'm saying? But so anyways, we are going to talk through some lessons. You know, we get long-winded, so I had to make a little list or whatever, some lessons that I think have sustained us over the years.
You got my shirt on again too.
I'm going to keep wearing your clothes.
When you married with somebody, be prepared for them to wear your stuff without asking. It's just going to be missing out the drawer. You be like, I can't find it. And next thing you know, they just got it on.
This is a part of being married is your wife going to wear your clothes, okay? I am going to sleep on his side of the bed when he's not there and when he's there
and when I'm there.
And I usually am probably going to sleep in something, because the bed smell like you.
Well, what will happen, because I'm sleeping on the other side so much.
So I'm going to get on that side. I'm going to have to wash the sheets and then put some new sheets on there, and then...
I got a phone?
No, you just got a mic smell that I like. I don't know. It's just when I be missing him, I can just smell him. Like, I don't know.
Man.
Anyways, is it pheromone?
You be having fun with it? With my smell?
What you mean? That's too adult for this conversation. Oh my God.
We're all adults here.
Anyways, so
I smell them. Yeah, tight. Wait, come
don't
on.
flatter yourself. Don't give yourself too much.
Hey, you
Anyway.
already gave me enough. Head getting bigger as the moment. Head just growing. You see it? Just getting bigger. Appreciate the style too, Kiki. Kiki hooked me up, y'all. Ooh. She got me straight. She hooked me up. Feel me? We in there.
Oh my gosh, she's just too much. Anyways, lesson number one, don't lose your identity in your relationship. And
have an identity.
Know who you are. We are so good at being able to say, I'm Kiki, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm blah, 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 blah. Those are definitely a part of who I am.
Yeah.
But if asked who I am and I didn't get to list my titles, be able to just to identify that. And if you can't, work on it.
Yeah,
because
everything that you is because of what you is to somebody else. That's not who you is.
Exactly. Like, what makes you happy? What like, it's I can come back with a whole exercise for us to do together if y'all like, but definitely we don't have a lot of time for me to go through it, or it's just gonna take the conversation completely left. But I want to make sure that people understand that you can get in these relationships. I've done it, and I've had to find my way back to me. Yeah. Where it's not that you're unhappy doing the things that you do, because I enjoy pointing to people. I love to see my family smile. I'm always doing something to try to
have some
make stuff, whatever
identity,
right? But it has been times in our marriage where that's all I did, and I put myself on the back burner. And then one day you look up and you like, dang, I ain't did this with myself. I ain't did this. I ain't going listen to spoken word. I ain't go do this. I said no to that. And these are things that would normally bring me joy, but I was so concentrated on pouring into them. So I lost myself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get stuck with being a wife, a mom, a grandma, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
We was just talking about how we used to go to plays and stuff all the time.
Yeah, like it was a lot of, it's been a lot of things that you look back, you like, I haven't did this in a long time, but it meant something. But in replacement of that is me doing something else for somebody else. So be mindful to take care of you, because you cannot, and I hate, people say it all the time and it really drives me crazy. You can't pour from an empty cup, but it's honestly true. You have to continue to refill your cup. And you also need to notice when somebody else is not helping to pour into your cup. If people are always you just in the overflow, just pouring, and you're not getting anything in return, you got to take a break and just really breathe and reevaluate, you know. So that's my lesson number one. You got anything to add?
Good. No, I ain't got nothing to add. I got some titles though. Husband, father, truck driver, YouTuber, therapist.
You a therapist?
To her. In the sheets. That kind of therapist.
Okay, because I was going to say, definitely wouldn't pay you for a mental part of it.
But my therapist, you know, is...
Michael, stay focused. Okay. Stay focused.
I got a lot of titles too, but the biggest title of them all when you marry is partner.
Absolutely. Definitely agree with that.
You agree with that?
I do.
Gotta be a partner.
You gotta be a partner.
Honestly, people be thinking it's just a business. You actually gotta be friends. Because if y'all ain't cool, it's gonna be... Ooh, I didn't seen it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to be that old uncle and auntie arguing and just fussing at each other at an old age. I'm trying to
that's probably exactly what
I'm trying to be smooth with it. Even if we talk junk to each other, you're going to be able to tell
that we like each other. They barely talk junk with each other.
They barely can tell that. People be thinking we be at it for real.
know. They just don't understand our
chemistry. What's the next lesson?
Whatever. My next lesson is... what you just said was my lesson number 3. So we won't go back and visit that. Okay. We'll just call it lesson number 2. Mm-hmm. But it was basically protect your friendship. So the same thing, protect your partnership or whatever, because it is going to be times where you just paying them bills together, you raising them children together or whatever, but you still got to remember to have fun with each other. You know what I'm saying?
We forget that a lot. Sometimes we see each other and they be like, hey, babe.
Yeah, that's it. Them days be weighing on you, boy. I promise you, be like, listen, Dad left me at home. I was home. She been in camp, but not as much as I needed her to.
I done took 6 days off work. And when I tell you, and my supervisor said that before I left too, she said, yeah, you going to go home and not do none of that stuff that you planned on doing when you
had a whole
list. That's literally what she said before I left. I said, you must do the same thing when you take time. She was like, everything that you plan on doing, you ain't going to do none of it.
And normally I would be on Mike's case, but when I say my head has been tired. And so I feel like he ain't did nothing but eat, sleep, and chill. You know what I'm saying? This time, but I feel like you did. But I feel like you needed struggle, it. Boy. Now I do. You go back to work tomorrow, and I hope that you're gonna be rested because it's gonna be a minute before you get another decent break. But hopefully the next time we'll be on somebody's plane in somebody's car. Going to somebody somewhere. I ain't even got to go out of the country. I want to go out of the country. Villa, I need just some water and some sand. That's it. I don't care where it's at.
I need the resort.
So, but anyway, so that's my lesson number 2 was your partners. Okay. Lesson number 3 is going to be your spouse will change. We've been in this thing for 22 years. Okay. The person I was when I was 22 is not the woman I am when I was at this age. Yeah. In addition to that, I have the core characteristics. My personality, all those things, the base things are going to stay the same. But the evolution in trying to become whoever it is that you become, it's so many ups and downs. There's so many interest changes, so many this, and all of those things actually impact your relationship in some kind of way. For example, one of the biggest things about me is I don't know when to stop. I can accomplish something, and as soon as that's done, I'm always on to the next. And it took for Mike to be like, babes, you'll never take time to just appreciate what you did before you are already on to the next. That's the ambition and the drive that I have. And so I had to realize that in a lot of situations where I will always feel like I'm this far away from him. Like, I need you to catch up. And so now I'm putting a certain strain on the relationship because I can't stop, but it doesn't mean that he has to operate in the same way. So we had to be able to learn how to
stop and smell them flowers.
Exactly. He has much more of a laid back personality. That's why I say I know I drive people crazy. So I definitely feel like you got to take into consideration that your person is not going to always be, they can become better, they can become worse. The hope is that they become better, but in between coming better, it's always a struggle in some area. So definitely be prepared for that.
There's growing pains with everything, man.
Absolutely. Lesson number 4, stop trying to win. It's not a competition, okay? We're not in competition. We should not be competing with each other.
We shouldn't be, ever.
Right, but when I say stop trying to win, it's when I'm gonna have the last word. You got to see it from my point of view. We've done that.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the things that still this many years later we're still trying to work on. Not like I said, it's not even competition made. What word did I put down? Stop trying to win, because I'm not in competition with him. But it's just like you want to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want your point of view to be the point of view that everybody understands.
Exactly. You want to be influencers.
Yeah.
I need you to come with me because I don't want to go where you going.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
And a lot of times, either way it go, that ends in conflict, especially if the person's not with the budget, kicking your feet.
I don't know, because I was just noticing that they was hanging a little bit.
She would kick her feet like a little kid.
But yes, because one thing about my hubby is he hard here. He ain't really gonna go with you many places. It's like not right away anyway. That baby's gonna.
That's why I be like, it makes me just irritated because I was doing the podcast with E. Mm-hmm. And then how much I praise my wife and be like, man, she been there to do this, that, and the other. Everybody on that channel took that as, oh, your wife run it. And when she tell you to do something, you do it. I was like, if you only knew.
I wish it was that easy.
If you only knew the struggle I get here, it can be a suggestion. It can be hey, maybe it can be, oh, this is a good plan. What you think? And a lot of times I'm gonna go against the grain, man. I'm gonna be like, hey, man, let me try to see what I want to do with it first, and then we end up doing it her way anyway. So,
child, no, we don't. Half the time we don't. I made so many.
Some of the time, sometimes we do.
No, because you so hard headed. You really oftentimes. That was one of the things that I had to break away from, because Mike used to struggle with compromising. Believe it or not, it was Mike way or something that we wanted to do together, but rarely was it what Kiki wanted to do. He always had to be comfortable in whatever situation. And I went along with that for a long time until I just could not no more. Like, I was just absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I started giving in. That don't mean I liked it, though. Sometimes
I ain't give a damn if you liked it or not. But I want to just keep going your way or your way. So now we better, okay? So let me say this. If you don't be liking that, I don't be knowing it, okay? Because he going to sit there and do it and not give me too much pushback.
Because, hey, man, peace is better than war.
I agree. Lesson number 5, I don't even know if I'm on the same thing anymore. Give each other grace, okay? Grace is needed desperately. Not just in relationships. The world needs grace right now, y'all. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody does. It's so tough everywhere. Mm-hmm. And so when we're thinking about cursing people out or thinking about what they didn't do right, like, really try to be grateful and acknowledge what is going right and understanding the person's situation. I must admit, these last 2 years for me, and I probably said it all season, I've needed grace more than anything from a lot of people. And I'm thankful to be blessed with people who can understand, like, okay, just give her a minute, especially my hubby, because I don't feel like I've been showing up 100% like I need to for myself. And so I know I'm definitely slacking in areas or whatever. But even when I go to him and I'm like crying and I'm like, I know I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and I'm being hard on myself, he's always like, babes, it's okay. This is just a season. We're going to get through this.
Yep.
Chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that right now. I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I've needed that desperately. I'm going to stop there because...
Please, because the crying, hey, I don't need no water.
Right. So do you agree? Giving people grace. I feel like...
You got to give people grace, man. You got to understand people deal with stuff in their own ways, man. Whether it's grieving, and grieving can be more than one way. You know what I'm saying? You can be grieving a job, you can be grieving money, you can be grieving somebody who passed. You can be grieving the old version of yourself. You can be, you know what I'm saying, grieving a lot of stuff. And like that plays into a person's psyche. And I just try to warn people that people go through stuff and it don't matter who it is. The strongest people you know in your life be the main folk going through stuff. So when you see them going through stuff, man, try to not be like, oh, that person's so strong. They always been so strong. They got it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to worry about they strong enough to get through it. Check on them people, because them be the main ones that's dealing with something. But you so used to them being strong, they don't even speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Or they don't even expect. You know what I mean? Like,
or they don't even take you seriously when you talk about it. They just be like, oh, that'd be all right.
This has been one of the most difficult seasons because I do feel like I am the strong friend and people don't check on me. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? Let me take that back because I want to be very clear. There is a handful of people that go hard about me. They gonna come, they gonna ask, they gonna show up even when I'm not answering. They gonna keep calling, they gonna do whatever. Mm-hmm. But also in your seasons of grief, you get to realize who really there for you. You know what I'm saying? And who isn't. And those people I won't be returning to, let's be clear. Yeah. But you know, like, I also have to take responsibility for my era in those situations because I've also pulled back, you know, so that's a whole nother conversation. Give each other grace. I ask for it, but I also do give it. But then there are signs when it's just like, okay, enough is enough. I'm not saying take the back seat so much or give so much grace to your whole world fall apart.
No, but, because,
you know,
you give somebody no grace, then those graces going to start to break down your boundaries. And, you know, if they affect you like that negatively, all right, I don't give you grace. Now you need to give me some. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So okay, moving on to, because how many minutes we into this? We are 22 minutes in.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, lesson 6 is communicate before resentment kicks in. And what I mean by that, first and foremost, what has worked for us is communication. You have to communicate with your partner. You cannot expect for them to know what you're thinking, what to do, talk. Like, if you with somebody that you can't talk to, then what you doing, okay?
Because and there's so many couples that be breaking down and don't say nothing to each other.
Exactly.
Me and Kiki be voicing.
It'd be some painful conversations.
And sometimes the stuff get on my nerve bad enough. I sometimes I not want to say nothing because I know her so good. So I'd be like, if I say this, it's gonna trigger her. She do the same thing to me. I'm sure she be like, there's certain stuff I ain't gonna say because I know he gonna get defensive and I'm gonna trigger him. But if it's ways that you can come to each other and have a communication, some kind of dialogue without bringing any kind of stress on it or judgment upon it. And it's very, very hard to do when you're talking to somebody who you've been with for as long as we have.
Exactly.
Because you just be wanting to tell her, hey man, this how it is, do this shit.
Exactly.
But you can't do that with a person who has emotions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about how that person is feeling first.
Yes, but here's the biggest part about communication that I don't think people take into consideration. Communication is a lot about listening. Yes. It is always want to be heard.
Yes.
And I think that sometimes
that point of view.
Exactly. Number one, listening, but then also watching the cues of different things. Like, I can tell my hubby already having a heavy day if his shoulders are slumped or he just not in the right mood. Not using that time to bring up a difficult conversation.
Right.
Because I already know that the likelihood of this going well is going to be slim to none. So you really just have to listen, you have to be attentive so that you can have the proper communication. When you start seeing the conversation going left, it's nothing wrong with backing up off of it. And then out of respect for that person, it should be, I can't deal with this right now. I'll tell Mike that in a minute. And he'll be like, all right, we'll revisit it in a second. Just because, go ahead.
That reminds me of something that happened recently. You was going somewhere, you ain't gonna be home for a while, and something happened here. And I knew you had been hitting me up and calling me and telling me you was having a rough time with certain stuff would get on your nerves and triggering you and stuff like that the whole time you was gone. So I was just like, I know she gonna hate to hear this, so I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I let you finish what you was doing, and I wait till you almost got to the crib, and I say, just heads up, might be a little warm in here.
I this air conditioner, boy. I promise you the air conditioner.
I said it might be a little warm, because if y'all know us, I got people on my channel that's completely like, bro, every time you turn around, you talking about you just paid an AC man, you just paid an AC man.
And this really be true. Like, it should be a business expense at this point.
We skipped 1 year without having,
because we bought a brand new one the year before,
a brand new one,
and we're still working on that one. But it's
not as bad as it was at first.
No, ultimately, if we do decide to either purchase this house all the way out, like pay off the
you have to
mortgage,
spend the money and get
or
2 units.
if we, because I really want to pay it off to keep it, but I don't want to retire here. But we're gonna have to spend the money, and it's like a $30,000 thing, and we probably can find it
for us to get a second unit
and get the ducts and
the ducts lined up
and all that stuff. It's
2 units.
It's gonna cost about.
It's different.
So we've been procrastinating, but I swear to God, we probably don't spend $30,000 just getting it fixed. Anyway,
the plumbing up under the house, that line we had to replace. Jeez,
that should be one of my lessons. You don't have to buy a house. You don't have to buy a house. Home ownership is expensive. I promise you.
Get you a landlord. Have them come fix that junk, boy. Because I promise you, every day, and then everybody look at my sneakers in the background. They were like, "Y'all got it." I'm like, "Y'all got a lot of sneakers." That's we can do a sale or something. Cause
that's it. Cause baby, I promise you, so much is given, much is required, baby.
I don't even know how we got it. But like I said that to say, I know Kiki was having a rough time already, and I didn't want to hit her with
more disappointing.
The annual thing, and me and her had been both in the back of our mind. We're like, just please let us make it through September. Make this AC just make it through September. We'll be all right. Happy to say,
we made it.
It's feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, we had to get some tighten it up a little bit, but we don't want to keep talking about it because it might hear us, and it's
it's right behind us. The unit is right outside of this wall right here.
Like, oh, you think you off the hook? We ain't got the. And it was funny, but my car had to get that.
I had to service her air conditioner in her car today. Because it wasn't blowing cold. I
was talking about, listen, me and Harley
and
Aria was in that car, but I was so irritated. That was one of them days that Mike couldn't have brought up nothing that he needed to talk to me about it. Because, baby, when I tell you that
they calling me, I was in that car about that.
I was about to lose
they were gasping
mind.
for air.
I was. It was like, I'm sorry, I felt like it had just started blowing hot air on top of it being hot.
Before we started this video, I had Key go out there and sit in it and see how she liked it. She was freezing. She had to turn it down.
Like, I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Good, it's fixed. Okay.
My God. But anywho, it's okay.
Anyway, so let's,
I said communicate.
Got something else?
I got 2 more. Lesson 7 would be your spouse cannot be everything. Okay? You don't need a therapist. You need a friend.
Your spouse alone cannot make you happy, man.
No, like my thing is I do believe in the 80-20% rule. You're gonna get about 80% of what you need from that person, but it's gonna be 20% of it that they just not gonna have. Mm-hmm. Nobody's gonna have it. It's not perfection. It does not mean go and replace them with another person that pick up the 20%.
Whatever that percentage is left over is probably some healing you need within yourself, and you'll be able to smooth that thing on out.
Let me be clear with you. But in addition to that, it's just, even if it's not the healing aspect of it, it's just they're not going to be experts at everything. They're just not going to be that. You work on the things that you can work on, and then you outsource the things that you couldn't. Case in point being, when I was in corporate America, I had a pretty detailed job. Like, it was, to the average person that's just talking about it, it's a niche industry. Even though I was in banking, the stuff that I did was a niche type of thing. So the average person don't know what you're talking about. I didn't bring that home to Mike. I might tell him I had a good or bad day.
I give jargon sometimes.
But as far as getting into it and expecting for him to be able to relate, no. But I had industry friends that I can be like, girl, let me tell you such and such, and we had this conversation.
She didn't need her husband to go to market for her.
You didn't have to go to market with me at all. Or if I'm just thinking about, like I said,
circle back.
We have to have conversations with each other, but when it comes to the healing aspect of stuff, I can't expect for him to heal me. There are professionals for that. You can reach out. You cannot be around here resenting your person because they couldn't be your therapist. Okay, find somebody else to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I had to learn it the hard way because I used to go to Kiki for everything.
Everything, and I had to tell him like, babe, like I
had to
Google.
I had to go to find some different avenues and some different partners and stuff because certain partners, especially if they single, they're not going to be able to. You got to
consider your source.
They're not going to be able to give you no good married
all those
advice.
Type of things. Absolutely.
So I got with a couple of the unks I know at work. And, you know, you talk to people and you figure it out, man, because you can't put I can't put something on her that she's taking part in, because she's not gonna have the feedback for that. I need somebody who to be on my side. And not my side as far as agree with me, but to be on my side of the fence, the husband that's married to the wife. I
don't know how to be no husband. I know what I expect from one, but I don't know how to be one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to be a father.
That's why you get at times you can get a lot of women. They be like, I just want you to. I don't know what I want, but this ain't it, because they need you to figure out what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I think if you can remember that and stop making your person be, or you got to get your butt up and go and find your resources, and don't keep blaming them for not being able to be every single last individual that some of them you should be paying for. Like, please remember that. It's just, and there's nothing wrong with them if and everybody's list is going to be different. So stop comparing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
please stop.
Your husband may do these things great, and that's your 80%, and then mine may do these or whatever. But just don't look over the fence and be like, oh, well, he bought her a car and he bought her a house and he can't afford to do it. Okay, but he also may be beating her up, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing a whole bunch of different
pros and cons.
It's going to be pros and cons.
Which but
what works for you, and stop expecting for one person to give you everything, because they can't. The only person that can is, depending on what your religious beliefs are,
the Lord.
The Lord. That's it. Okay?
The Lord.
So take it to him first, okay?
Take it to God first. Let him take the wheel, put it in his hands.
Exactly. And my final lesson, which is going to be lesson number 8 or 9, I don't know, we all off thing is, but keep choosing each other. That is what has got us through. Despite what has been going on, all of the million things, we wake up and we intentionally choose each other.
Yeah.
So
that's a big one.
Yeah. So those are my lessons for 18 years. I was trying to come up with 18 of them to be clever, but child, I'll be talking to y'all till tomorrow.
You want to know my biggest lesson I learned from being in a relationship and married all these years?
What is it?
You're not always right.
Oh, that's a good lesson. That's number 10.
But even when you think you are right, you still got to listen to that other person's perspective, because they're right. Might be just as right as your right is, but just in another way. See what I'm saying?
You've been on it tonight. Okay?
No, I'm just saying. Don't it make sense though? You're stupid.
Got a little fit.
You're stupid.
Just a little bit.
But it's right though. I'm right, because I might not be completely wrong in what I'm saying. And it might even work out the way I'm saying.
Right.
But if I look at your perspective and be like, you know what, that's something different. Let's try that. That's communication. That's how we come together. Sometimes you listen to me and be surprised and like, dang.
Like right now.
Hubby was on it, but
Hubby was.
You know, and then most of the time, just because you're a woman and just because how we go back and forth, I'll be like, man, even if she wrong, let's see what happened. Let's see what happened.
Child,
let's see what happened. We do.
I'm not sure if that's because if that's because you're trying to see what happened going my way, or you be looking like I'm gonna let this go on the field.
Every now and then, I know you be on some BS, and I'm like, that ain't gonna work. But I'm gonna let she's so persistent on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her. I be knowing. Cause half of the time when I'm wrong,
I'm gonna let her fall.
When I'm wrong, I be wrong. Like, I ain't gonna lie. This is funny. We gonna end this.
Yeah, my bad.
I was asking my hubby to put these nightstands together with me.
The nightstands.
And he just wouldn't get it done. And when I wanted him done, because I was doing this whole revamp of our bedroom, and I just really want these nightstands to go together, y'all. And I tried my best, but I don't put everything on wrong. And he kept telling me, babe, I got it. And Mike is really good at handy stuff like building stuff or whatever. And I was just so frustrated. I went there and did everything wrong. And the whole time that he's fixing it, he just...
I'm taking stuff apart. I'm like, where was you going with this? You was going to be so disappointed when you got to the end.
I couldn't get to the end because the stuff that I had
going together. And it wasn't fitting.
And I could just see the pleasure in his eyes because he kept telling me, just wait on me. I got it, babe. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I was like, you ain't going to do it. And I want it done now. And you went and did such thing. Oh, my God. And I was just, when I tell you I had to eat that humble pie, baby, I had to eat it.
Man,
I did. That joint was so funny. Looking at it now, but at that time, I was in the bathroom crying because I felt so ashamed. And I was just like...
The way you put that stuff in, I was like, did you look at the instructions?
I was.
Did you watch a video? Like, you look like you said, this looks like it go together. And I was like...
That is no way. A part of the 20% that you're not gonna get from me, baby. Because let me be clear with you.
Ain't no way, man.
I'm gonna cook you some good food. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of clothes and shoes everywhere. That's just gonna happen. But building something, baby, oh my God, I just cannot. Like, it's almost like my brain just
before we go
cross. Like
it is, and it's hilarious. Before we go, Kiki last time said, keep on dating each other. That was one of the things you said. Keep choosing each other. Mm-hmm. Keep dating each other. Keep going to other places and having the new experiences, man. Because me and Kiki, that's one of the main things that we grew together. We saw so many places and so many, like, just going on trips, going out the country, it's so much stuff like that you gotta do. And I know a lot of younger people, they be like, man, we ain't gotta do all that. And don't settle. Don't settle and be like, oh, I ain't gotta do all that. We have fun just playing the game and
be willing to explore and just try new things.
Go
like
places.
Literally. Mike used to be, and then I'm not coming from my head, but just give me all this example. He used to be like very closed-minded, very much one of those people that was like, I'm good with just doing this and this.
Yeah.
But once we started being unafraid and just being like, forget it, let me just go.
Everywhere.
Every time I looked around, you finna plan another trip.
I fell in love with being on a flight. I had outfits for the plane.
I'm talking about still like, to this day.
Yes. And I love it.
Exactly. And we don't miss this whole. I wish we could just have pictures and do a whole montage of videos and pictures of all the things.
We can make a video on here, but a lot of the places we went, we vlogged on here. But what we should have did for this 30th anniversary, and I could probably say that for another video, we got a lot of old pictures, Polaroids and stuff like that. We can go through and just comment where we was at in our lives at those times.
That'd be cool. I would like that, yeah.
So anyways,
we gotta go. We know we are behind on a lot of things. August will definitely be a better month. I got a video that's already in the editor, but we're gonna put this one up first because I'm ready to get this done.
But that one I was just giving you a suggestion about, that'll be just a voiceover. I'm just gonna put all the pictures into a camera and do a slideshow, and we're just gonna do a voiceover with the mic. Easy.
Okay, cool. But then in addition to that, we just got other stuff, and we know that y'all are looking forward to some challenges and stuff like the clothing challenges. We just have not had time to actually go and sit down and do it. Or not sit down and do it, get out and actually do it. It's just a million things going. Just trust that we're gonna get it done. And hopefully we can just bring out some
promises that we can't keep, man.
I'm not. All I'm doing is gonna promise that we're gonna be back for some lives. We're gonna be back for some other videos. You know what I'm saying? And they will be, because July was a rough month. But we back on it for the month of August. So let's go.
You editing this?
I will. I'm gonna edit it tonight.
So that's the end of Deep Cuts.
That is Deep Cuts finale for just season 2. 8 episodes. Y'all catch up if you haven't.
18 years marriage. Yes. 22 years together.
Hopefully you get something from it, and we will see y'all later.
See y'all later. Rich is out.
Bye, y'all.